Alright, let's take a look at some examples of integration by parts. So this first example, we want to take the integral of the ln of x dx. So first you have to know that integration by parts is given by that formula u times v minus the integral of v du. So we have to identify some things from our function here. So we have to identify what u is, what du is, what dv is, and what v is. Okay. So I'm going to start by saying I want u to be the ln of x. So then the derivative of the ln of x we know is 1 over x dx. Now the reason why I chose u to be the ln of x is because if I had chosen dv to be the ln of x, then we'd have to integrate it, but that's what we're trying to do here originally. We don't know how that integrates, so I'm not going to choose that for dv. So you really want to start by choosing what your u is, and then what your dv. In this case, the dv is just simply what dx is. Okay, you have to use everything in your integral here. So then if I were to integrate dx, well, the integral of dx would just be x. So now I can go ahead and substitute into my formula here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So it's u times v, so u is the ln of x, times v, which is x, minus the integral of v x times du, which is 1 over x dx. Well, in this case, if we were to go ahead and simplify this, x over x reduces down to 1. So this leaves us with the integral of 1 dx minus, and ln of x times x is the same thing as x times the ln of x. So I'm just going to flip it around there. Okay, and then we know, so now we have x ln of x minus the integral of 1 dx is simply just x. And then as with any integral problem, you want to put your plus c at the end. And there you go. So this would be the integral of the ln of x using integration by parts. Let's take a look at another example here. So the second example, it says the integral of x e to the x dx. So again, we want to start by identifying our u and our dv in this case. So in this case, I'm going to let u be x, and I'm going to let dv be e to the x dx in this case. Oh, I don't know if I put that in the other one. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, so e to the x dx. Now the reason why I'm going to choose u to be x is because when I take du of that, the derivative of that, it just becomes 1 dx. And if you can ever have 1 dx as your du, you want to try that first. Now, derivative of dv here is the e to the x dx. So if we were to integrate that, well, the integral of e to the x is just e to the x. So now again, we're going to go ahead and substitute into that formula u times v minus the integral of v du. So I go ahead here, u is x, v is e to the x, minus the integral of v e to the x times du, which is just 1 dx. And now I can finish this out. We know what the integral of e to the x here is. The integral of e to the x is just e to the x, and then I just attach my plus c at the end. So there you go. That would be the integral of x e to the x dx using integration by parts. Hope this helps.